Join me. Together we can rule the galaxy far from sun.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
Big T and Little T bonus episode. This is Big T, and we are talking about The Mandalorian Season 2, Chapter 10, The Passenger, as we count down the days for Book of Boba Fett. Ladies, gentlemen, any kind of species, galactic species, intergalactic species, we are 7 days away from the Book of Boba Fett. Super stoked. I hope you're enjoying these bonus episodes. I'm enjoying the ride as we get closer and closer to the Book of Boba Fett. But it's coming. It is coming. So that is what we're looking forward to. But we got a little episode to talk about. So we left off with the big reveal of Boba Fett in the sands of Tatooine. We're like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. What we're going to get today, brother? We didn't get nothing of Boba Fett. That payoff is not going to happen for a couple weeks because we already know that. But as far as going into the episode, there was a lot of, like, who's going to show up? Is Boba going to come back? Was that just a one-time thing? And it's still, again, the payoff as far as like when we have the person checking Fennec and the little boots, in season 1, we still can't confirm if that's Boba or not. So that payoff is not even there yet, but we know Boba is back and we're like, yeah, let's do this. Let's have an awesome episode. And then somewhat of a letdown because it's not there. So this one we get, straight off from continuation from Tatooine. So we have Mando coming with the child with a big chunk of Cryat gyro meat, and we got him coming back to Mos Eisley. I say Mos Eisley. Sorry. There we go. And he gets bamboozled. He gets trapped by these bandits. Nikito and a bunch of other guys come and get him, but leave it to Mando. He gets the jump. He gets everybody. But now his speeder bike, is toasted, and now he's carrying the child. Bunch of parts. It's not good. So then they meet once again at Chalam's Cantina. That is the cantina from A New Hope. We get to see this again. And this is so Star Wars, so cool. We get to see Dr. Mandible playing our girl Peli Moto, and oh my gosh, this is classic Star Wars. They're playing a little Sabaac. No, not Sabaac. Sabaac. And we got an Idiot's Array. This is great. Continuation a little bit of Solo. Get to see this being played out, and we got a bug called Dr. Mandible. It's great. But Dr. Mandible has a lead, and that lead turns into, as they go back to kind of Moto's hangar, we got the gyro meat going on the Kyrite Dragon. I love this. The pit droids and treadmill droids and all kinds of droids are just roasting things, and it has a little feel of actually Galaxy's Edge. If you look at, I forget what that place is because I haven't been there, but there's a place where they have kind of like the pod engine, and we got the same thing. We had the pod engine kind of doing Ronto roasters or roaster rounder, I don't know, something like that. Here's the deal. Moto explains that basically, we have the frog lady. We have a frog lady who has spawn that needs to get to her husband, and she confirms that the husband has seen Mandalorians. And so if you could take the frog lady to the moon of Trask in the Kala Bean system, you take the lady with the frogs, the frog lady with the eggs, and you go to this planet, and that where her husband is, we got Mandos. Perfect. Got it. Understood. Great. But because of the precious cargo, you can't do hyperspace. You got to do a bunch of sublight travel, so it's going to be a long ride. Mando takes a nap. Gotta take a nap, man. Then alarms go off. Everything's going wrong. Before this, you thought Baby Yoda could do no wrong, but we got the big controversy. Egg eating. Baby Yoda is just popping these eggs like the little snacks. And there's a lot of controversy back when this episode came out. I'm glad we're over it, but Baby Yoda took a hit on the old internet because he was taking eggs from Frog Lady. Yeah, I don't know where I still stand on the Frog Lady eggs thing. I mean, it is eggs. It comes back to Yoda, Baby Yoda, Grogu, the child, not knowing everything and not being mature enough to see that. But he can feel him in the Force. So that's another thing that's interesting. So I don't know what's going on there, but he can feel him with the Force. You could see him move the eggs with the Force, and Mando's like, no. So there's a language issue, obviously, with the Frog Lady and Mando, and Mando keep an eye on Baby Yoda. But anyways, wakes up to alarms. 2 Republic X-Wings. We got Carson Teva and Trapper Wolf is here again. And his transponder's not working, which is a fun little... Transponders are what communicates the ship to other ships, and obviously because Mando's a bounty hunter, he doesn't really have one, and he basically tries to bluff that it isn't working. They want to take him down, and they have this firefight. It's so beautiful, man. The clouds, it's so good. I love it. But then we get this kind of might as well get crashed on an ice planet, and now. I forget if they actually named the planet. I don't think they do. I mean, again, some of the stuff, part of me, I still wish they do the Rogue One stuff, is that they just flash the name, similar to like in the MCU or something like that. Or I always go back to X-Files, like, just tell me where this is at, man. But they go to some ice planet, and they crash, and man, the Razor Crest is in bad shape. So what's interesting is that Frog Lady not very smart, very, very smart. She uses the protocol droid of Zero. Yes, Mando kept the Zero droid on the ship, and she uses it to talk to him, which is fun, hearing Zero again through Frog Lady. And basically Mando's like, the deal's off, man. We can't do this. But they start repairing the ship, and then they realize that Frog Lady is out, and so then we get Frog Lady in a bath with her eggs in a warm kind of like pool. So we got jacuzzi Frog Lady with eggs. Of course, we get some not so good things. Nabi white ice spiders. This is another deep cut from Lucasfilm, John, from Dave. This was supposed to be Dagobah spiders and this is a Ralph McQuarrie sketch. If I could say anything about Star Wars, which I love, nothing is left on the table. Speaking about Boba Fett, some of the designs of Boba Fett with, there's a one shot of like some eyes on Boba Fett's helmet that gets transferred to Rex. There is so many things in the new sequel trilogy, even with the snowtroopers and stuff like that designs were from Ralph McQuarrie. The little egress that like the Falcon crashes through on Jakku and Nemo's outpost, a straight up Ralph McQuarrie bridge thing. I mean, it's all over the place. Ralph McQuarrie is a genius, and his designs keep on going, and there's always these little gems. So they kind of, on the concept art of Dagobah, they look like trees. And you still get that same feel here. And they were white. They were white, I believe, in the concept art. But now we get them here in this environment. So now they're officially canon, blah, blah, blah. And they're awesome. And there's baby ones and big ones and medium-sized ones, and then a very extra large mama spider. And this is crazy. Then we get to see Frog Lady do some frog stuff and jump and save her babies. And it's not looking good for the crew. The spiders are everywhere. They're trying to protect the baby, trying to protect the babies of the Frog Lady and Mando, and there's spiders everywhere. I just love how this is shot. This is a creepy, awesome action scene. Absolutely fantastic. And when all hope is lost, the X-Wing pilots show up and start shooting these spiders off the Mando. So they take them out. So here's kind of how it goes down. It basically says there's a arrest warrant for Din for the abduction of the prisoners on X6, 9, 11. However, he notes that the security records showed that Din has apprehended the 3 wanted culprits. So he should be arrested, but they're gonna let him go in these trying times. Djarin basically forgoes the bounty on Berg, Miggs, and Mayfield and Zion in exchange for help repairs. And basically, it's funny. They just basically say, "Hey, fix your transponder, and we don't have to vaporize the ship." And they leave. So they save them, but now the ship. It's kind of interesting. It's almost like they help them, but then they don't help them because it's like, bro, can we get a lift? And so the Razor Crest is just in bad shape. So now he basically patches the canopy so it's airtight, and they have to stay in the cabin. That's the only part that's pressurized. And they head off to space. And then we got one more little baby snack. And there you have it. That's the episode. I just love this episode. It's super fun. But yeah, we got 7 days left for Boba. So let's just celebrate that. Savor these last couple days because it is coming quickly for Boba Fett. So there you have it. And we'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.